Well, we've just made a stop here at the Sacromental Pass recreation area on Highway 50 and 6 near the Great Basin National Park. And we're checking out some of the campsites here at the pass. This is BLM campsites and there's no fee, but there's limited facilities. Some porta potties and garbage at the roadside. There's 6 campsites near the highway, but if you take the gravel road back to the equestrian area, there's 4 more campsites up there and some parking and corral for horses. So we're gonna maybe take a walk around and get some exercise for today.
So hi folks, well, we kind of got waylaid on our way to Great Basin National Park, and we decided just to poke our noses into a campground area that's at the Sacromental Pass. It's a BLM campground, and much to our surprise, it's actually open and almost unoccupied. It's got some beautiful hiking trails. It's predominantly a biking, horseback riding, and hiking kind of location. And just Corinne and I decided to go for one of the hikes, and right now we're taking a little rest in this beautiful, cool cave that we found on the trail.
Yep, we got about a 2-mile hike we think we'll be doing, and we want to get it done before noon, hopefully before the worst of the heat. Even though we're at elevation, it's pretty warm today.
Yeah, actually it's much warmer than I was expecting. So nevertheless, it's still a beautiful day.
The scenery was absolutely lovely by the time we reached the top of the ridge. It was such a lovely day that we decided to stay the night. So we set up our moonshade to give the passenger side of the van a little bit more shade, had some dinner, and then got ready to do a little sunset photography.
Actually, behind me is Wheeler Peak, and that's in Great Basin National Park. In fact, that's the place we're actually trying to get to. So hopefully we'll see that and be on the top of that mountain tomorrow. Hi folks, Corinne and I are at the Sacromental Pass campground. It's a BLM campground, and we were on our way to Great Basin National Park, and I think we'll go there tomorrow. But what we noticed is when we decided to just have a little peek in here, 2 things. 1, the campground was open, and 2, it was extremely clean, and 3, it has some absolutely gorgeous views. We were just sitting here talking about it, and of course there's a view up behind me which is absolutely beautiful. But there's a fantastic view behind Corinne, and there's another one over there to the right, and another one over there to the left. So we're hoping that at least one of them might pay off tonight while we're out here doing a little bit of sunset landscape photography. You can also tell that we've got the bigger lenses on tonight. So Corinne is using the 70-200 lens. I'm using the 100-400 lens, and that's primarily because almost all of the things of interest are quite far away from us, and there's no need to worry about putting in a foreground in that. Everything of interest will be actually up on the mountain, and the larger lens help make those mountains come a lot closer to us. So hopefully that'll work out tonight as well.
Well, there's not much sun shining over towards our Wheeler Peak mountain range in Great Basin National Park, and the clouds are getting quite blue rather than showing any nice sunset color. But Shawn's going over and giving a try over in this direction, And off in the distance there's a road heading into the mountains over there, and there's just a little bit of sunset color from the west. So I'm hoping he might be able to capture a little of that. He's got a bigger lens on than I do. We've finished up our photography here at Sacromental Pass. We didn't get the color we were hoping for at the Wheeler Peak side, but we did get some nice color looking back towards the west.
It kind of hung in there for a little while, which made it nice to be able to kind of set up some compositions while you had good light.
Yep, so we're packing up and we have a short walk back to where the van is.
And folks,
we're on the road again.
Off to Great Basin National Park.
That's in the eastern side of Nevada.
It's a beautiful park. We've been there a couple of times in the past, and we always enjoy the park.
There's some interesting caves that you can visit that we've been through before. We won't probably be doing that this trip, but maybe we'll insert a couple of pictures from our prior visit to the caves. And we've also gone up in the past for some fall photography, hoping to catch a little bit of fall color, although most of the vegetation up in Great Basin, up on the hillsides, is conifer forest.
Yeah, so there's not a lot of color up there. At least there hasn't been the times that we've tried. And this will actually be the first time we've been to the park in the spring. So it might be quite lovely with the as the conifers really green up.
It's a beautiful, clear day right at the moment, but it's still early, and my weather forecasting app predicts that we might get some cloud cover towards sunset tonight.
So we're hoping we're going to get some beautiful colored skies. Most of the overlooks out there in the park are at about 9 to, I think, 11,000 feet. So we're going to be up pretty high. So unless we get some high clouds, it probably won't work.
But we will go and we will do our best and see what we can achieve.
Yep, all the fun is in the attempt, not necessarily in the achievement.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah. I keep telling myself that. I gotta keep telling myself that.
Okay, we'll catch up with you again soon.
Bye-bye for now.
We've come up the Great Basin National Park scenic drive, and it's a warm day. We started at the bottom, it was 84 degrees. We've only lost 4 degrees, and we're up over 8,000 feet now.
Yep, and it's the only thing that the ranger told us that would change today is it's going to get windy.
So we took a little stop here at Mather Overlook, do a little lookout around the canyon, and Stephen Mather, who this point is, or overlook is named for, was the gentleman who laid the foundation for the National Park Service. So we have a lot to be grateful for that he did that for us.
And we also happen to be at the park on a very auspicious day. They're actually starting to open up the facilities today.
Yes, we've had most things closed because of the COVID pandemic, and they opened up the drive to the peak about a week ago, and today they're going to open up their first campground.
So we're all pretty excited about that. Of course, by the time we get down there, it'll probably be packed. It's pretty busy actually in the park, considering that a lot of things are still pretty closed.
And we're here on a Friday, so we thought maybe weekdays would be quieter, but we've seen quite a bit of traffic.
Yep. So, which is a good thing. So it's a beautiful spot. It's a great place to be. Hi folks. So Corinne and I are out on the trails. We come up to the top of Wheeler Peak, and we're heading out on the Bristlecone Trail for a short exercise walk. So hopefully it'll be a lovely trail and a nice walk.
As you can see, there's still some snow along the trail, so it's good to have some hiking poles and good traction boots.
So we just finished the Bristlecone loop. It's a very short loop. It's about a quarter of a mile. And it really showcases the Bristlecone pines that are up here. They're absolutely, I'd say gorgeous. I was actually going to say gorgeous, but that's really not the way to describe them. These are really gnarly, twisted trees. And, you know, there are many of them that are over 3,000 years old. So, you know, they go back to about 1000 BC, which is just absolutely impressive. And even the old dying trees are quite impressive.
Well, we've concluded our hike up to the Bristlecone Loop and around the loop and back down again.
It's about a 3-mile hike all in.
Yes. It was a good hike. It was a nice temperature. When we left, it was about 70 degrees. And that's at the end of May.
It's starting to get a little warmer now. We're at the bottom, but the wind is starting to come up.
Yeah, and there were quite a few flies up there. We don't know why, but they were very irritating, so we didn't have a chance to sit still very long.
Yeah, it was really almost impossible to sit still. They were very, very annoying and just never let us alone. So it was kind of a fairly quick loop at the top.
We really enjoyed the hike up. We feel like we got our exercise for the day, and we can relax in the afternoon.
Yep, that's what we're looking forward to. Lots of relaxation this afternoon. So anyway, take care. We'll talk to you later. So Corinne and I have come back up the mountain again tonight. Our plan is to shoot Wheeler Peak. We're going to hike partway up the hill in order to do that. But here's a nice view right from the overlook. So I'm hiking up a pretty steep trail going up to where we're going to do some photography tonight. There are no clouds, so we won't get a big color picture, but hopefully we'll get some nice light on the mountain just as the evening comes on. Last night there was a beautiful golden glow on the mountain, which was just lovely. As I go up through these trees, I'm sure you're hearing lots of wind noise. It is a very breezy evening. And here's where I'm going to shoot from. So as it turns out, the light on the mountain is absolutely beautiful right now. And it's just the last glow of the sun going down on the other side.
brings our evening almost to an end here. We never did get any glow or alpenglow that we were hoping for. It just sort of dulled out on us.
It was a little disappointing, but
Yep.
that kind of happens.
It kind of happens a lot. So, you know, you better like being out here because you're not going to have great opportunities. You're going to have great opportunities, but very often you're not going to have great success.
Yes, it's a lot of try, and then success.
So you better enjoy the journey. That's the key with landscape photography, enjoying the journey. So anyway, folks, well, it's getting noisy and it's getting windy out here, so we're going to say goodnight and we'll pick you up tomorrow.
We've concluded our trip to the Great Basin National Park. We feel it's a really lesser known park, not as many crowds, and it's really a shame that it's not appreciated more.
Although we really appreciated the fact that it's underappreciated because we had a lot of the park to ourselves, which was quite lovely.
So yesterday they opened up the lower Layman Creek campground, and I wouldn't be surprised if by Monday they don't have the upper Layman Creek campground open as well. They've opened up a number of restrooms, so that's helpful. The visitor centers are still closed due to the coronavirus pandemic. And
pretty soon I think they'll have all the restrooms on the drive up open. We noticed yesterday that it's not a lot of cars in the parking lot, but actually there was a surprising number of cars in the parking lot and a lot of people out hiking. The trail we hiked yesterday still has snow on the trail, which makes it a little interesting in places to get from one side of the trail to cross the snow to the other side of the trail, but it does make it a lot of fun.
Yep, and hiking boots are generally accepted, required, helpful. We saw a couple up hiking in sandals, and that was a little cool on their feet when they had to cross the snow.
Yeah, especially when she fell through and it dropped up all the way up to her waist, so she wasn't too happy about that at that point. So yes, good footwear is good. Hiking poles is also a really good idea here. There's a lot of very loose rocks and that you walk across, and nothing better to have than give yourself a little bit more stability.
And if you do come and we're still with visitor center shutdowns, do stop by the visitor centers anyway. They do have some outside exhibits that are worth seeing, and they also have their brochures available in little holders outside their visitor center doors.
Yep. The only other thing we ran into is that there are a lot of black flies up here. They're not the biting kind, but they're the annoying kind. So, in fact, they're flying around my head now, so they can be quite annoying, and having some good bug screens in that is really quite useful.
We hope you enjoyed our video today. If you did, please give us a thumbs up. And if you enjoy seeing these videos, please subscribe. We appreciate it very much.
Don't forget to hit the little bell button if you want to know when we post videos, although we've been pretty consistently posting them on Sunday mornings, so we try to get one up every week.
And we appreciate any thoughts and comments you want to share with us on our videos. We love to hear from you.
We certainly do. Anyway, that's it for us today. Bye for now, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
Bye for now.
A unique feature of Great Basin National Park are the Lehman Caves. This is a feature not to be missed when you visit the park. The caves were closed during our visit, so here are some photographs from our 2017 visit to the park.